Another week in Galaxy of... Wait, what? The hell? Sheepy? What the hell? It's been a quiet week, but we don't need that much friggin' sheepy... Why? What the hell is going on? Why is Sheepy just... Oh my god. Is this really what's going to be happening right now? Alright, we're just going to get started here. Hey everyone, this is Finity with Reality Skewed Gamers here with another episode of Good and Bad. Now, if you're not sure what Good and Bad is our weekly show where we go through different games and talk about different topics and whether or not I will give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Now, this game, the game that we're focusing on here is Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. It is our primary game, and honestly, this week has been pretty quiet. With so much that's currently being built up, with so many people being at home right now, you would think that CG would be working on trying to engage this captive audience. But this has been a very quiet week. No real dev responses, no dev communication, nothing really special in game. It's all been very quiet. But there are a few things that happen in the community that I am going to talk about, and we will see how whether or not this is a thumbs up or a thumbs down type of week. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. The biggest topic, I think, over this past week has been the removal of the game changers from the test accounts. Now, if you guys have seen some of the YouTube's creators, such as Arnold T101, Mobile Gamer, Cubs Fan Han, they all had access to a test account, and they've used this test account to engage with the community, learn about some of these new characters, play around, have fun, basically promote the game. But when they have released some bad content like the new Galactic Legend Rey and Kylo events, and they have come to scrutiny, it doesn't look so good for CG. Now, because there is no communication, we have no understanding about why CG did this, but from the outside, it looks like CG, in a petty move, has removed test account access from these game changers because of the poor design of the Galactic Legend events. We all saw that all of this effort basically led to a rock, paper, scissors in tier 3. It seemed like a waste of energy, a waste of effort on the part of CG that this is what they are producing, especially after they have had good content released such as the Commander Luke event. Using that as a standard, the new Galactic Legends fall woefully short of anything that players really wanted. They receive criticism, and they receive criticism from those that had the test accounts. And so what you saw is that CG has now removed test account access for unknown reasons from these game changers. Now, again, no communication from CG about what they're doing, if they're trying to re-engage the game changers, whether or not they're trying to recreate a program, whether this test account access is going to be returned. All of this done in silence, and so overall that is getting a thumbs down.
This is bad.
This looks very poor on the part of CG. They really need to communicate when they do something like this, especially when it is going to impact their largest promoters. They have YouTube streamers with over 100,000 subscribers, and they're just removing straight access from them, and it doesn't seem like they've said anything, and it's very, very poorly done. And speaking of the communication, this next one has been something that has bothered me for a little while, and I am giving it a thumbs down.
This is bad.
And that is the interaction between CG and the community in general, especially when it surrounds a day like April Fool's. April Fool's is a great day to engage in your community. It's when you joke around, you create something silly in game, let the players kind of find it, play with it, whatever it is. Have something April Fool's related to engage the community and bring them together. In other games that we have played, such as Borderlands 3, for example, the devs recoded it so that summoned units are all miniature. So all of a sudden you went from a normal sized robot to a little robot, a normal sized person to a little person clone. I mean, it was so much fun. They kind of trolled people on their Twitter account. That is what a game should be. A game should be about fun. It should be about engaging the community. CG has lost that. We've long said that CG seems to have focused solely on the bottom line, not about the community. The community is sticking together. CG is staying over there. They're not really engaging in the community. This leads to poor interactions between the two, bad decisions, bad moves, player resentment, bad publicity. And when you see all these negative videos and remarks, it kind of makes sense because CG has not taken the effort to really engage in the community. And what they have done has been a minimal effort. So, because once again, on such a great day like April Fool's, where you can really engage the community in something fun, CG has once again missed the mark on this. And so they are getting a thumbs down. But that was pretty much all there was for this week. I mean, if I'm looking back at this week and I'm trying to think about what there was, there's been some videos about Galactic Legend Rey and Kylo and seeing how they do stuff, and the soloing of a raid by Kylo, and sometimes the good and the bad of Rey on defense, and there's questions about whether or not they have the ultimate ability and how much there's going to change. I mean, the content from the players is still going. There's still talk amongst the players, but no interaction from CG. And for a gaming community, that doesn't speak well. We want the dev interaction. We want the devs as part of this. We want them to listen to the feedback. Whether or not they take it, we just want to be heard. CG hasn't done that. And in fact, they've gone in kind of silence this week, which is a little bit upsetting. Not to mention the fact that it looks like there's going to be some events starting next week. And we learned about it from the StarWars.com website, not even our own game developers. So overall, this week has to get a thumbs down.
Dr. Finn, medicine woman, I've got a bad case of the SWGOH blues.
It is poorly maintained right now, the relationship between the community and CG. And while the community right now largely is at home, playing mobile games, just doing whatever they can at home, taking their mind off of the insanity of the world around them, CG is not engaging them enough. This is a prime opportunity for CG to actually take that extra step. I hope they do very soon, because they did mention that they are trying to get more content for players and some fun stuff because they know the situation. Haven't really seen it yet. I really hope it's not more packs, but we'll see that here soon. So overall, this week is getting that thumbs down. Now, one thing I didn't mention as I close this out, a couple weeks ago, we never want to see anyone lose their job or for whatever reason, but it looks like CG Sven has walked away from CG. He had this post for everyone to see, and it's sad. So to end this, let's go ahead and watch RSG's rendition of CG Sven. I want to thank you guys all for watching this episode of Good and Bad. I hope you guys enjoyed it. A little bit of a shorter video because not a lot of content, but appreciate all of you guys watching. Please make sure you hit the subscribe if you haven't, and otherwise I will see you next time. Please enjoy.
Or the new version of a good idea, which is a great fertility, the road vision is burgling even more creativity. So I like to think it as a whole, we tend not to see in order to portions all the external ideas. But the doesn't make the ideas is loads valuable. Yeah.